Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
The station AI has arrived at Space Station 14. It is in a fairly simple state at the moment, and I'm not going to cover like how Borg laws and stuff work because that's really the meat and bones of AI. I'm only going to cover the mechanical aspects of the AI because this is going to be ongoing. It's going to be updated. There's no point in me making a video that's just going to be out of date in 5 seconds. I might as well just make a small, simple video and keep going as it is ongoing. The AI player is a round start player, and you are basically an observer. You are more or less simplified to a observer role that sees through cameras and your core, and you interact with some electronics and doors, and you can bolt those doors. The things you can interact with is seemingly unfinished. Like, you're supposed to be able to interact with pretty much any electronic as far as I'm aware from Space Station 13, but you can't interact with like a pumps even though they're electric. You can't interact with like a solar power monitoring computer, for example. The AI upload, not finished. You can unlock it. Well, the AI can't unlock it, but you can unlock it, and that's pretty much it. The AI can interact with pretty much every door in the game. You can't open high security doors at the moment. I'm not sure if you're supposed to be able to. You can interact with things like APCs, turn them on and off. You can left click open a door. You can press E to open a door, and then you can alt click to bolt the door. And this is quite literally your most useful function as an AI. So if you detect crew harm or something, you can bolt the door to keep them in place and then direct security to them. At your physical core location, you can talk, you can whisper, and you have access to all the normal station radio, so you can talk to command. There are also intercoms, which can be useful for when the power goes out. Interestingly enough, there's also these telescreens, but you can interact with them, but you don't really need to because you can already see through all the station's cameras anyway. So beyond bolting doors and communicating with the crew, you don't have very much direct access of anything. Technically, the cyborgs are like you're below you in a way. You can direct them to do certain things, but you can't ever go against your laws, and you can't break a cyborg's laws. So that's the real gameplay loop and meat of AI. So for actual functions, in the top left you have a mass scanner, which doesn't work at the moment, a crew monitoring console, which will monitor all the crew and tells you the departments. So this is really useful. Somebody's like dying in the morgue, for example, you can go and look. You have a station records, which obviously very useful to figure out who is faking crew or not. Number 4 brings your camera right back to the core. Number 5 will show job icons next to people who have job icons, so also really necessary for finding crew. Toggle camera lights means if a camera has lights and you get near it, it'll actually light up the area below it. So if somebody breaks the lights, for example, I will just delete this light. You can actually see in the room where everyone else will see pitch black. So the AI can actually see better than anyone else in the game right now, which is very interesting. And then finally, view laws. Just like a Borg, you could view your laws. The AI sees through cameras, and these cameras are really interesting, and this is actually based off Space Station 13. Even if the camera loses power, you can still see through it. It, however, won't produce any light even with the toggle light turned on, so it's basically pitch black for you if the area has no power, but you can still see somebody walk by with a flashlight. This is entirely intentional from Space Station 13. I never played the AI in 13, so I didn't know this. I have literally turned off power in rooms hoping the AI wouldn't see me. Apparently, the AI is supposed to be able to see through cameras that don't work. I personally feel like that doesn't make sense. The camera's turned off. How the hell does it see through it? In order to make the AI blind in an area, there's also no indicator that the AI is even looking through a camera, so it's total luck. I believe in 13, the lights turn red when the AI is actually looking at that camera. But anyways, the best method to get rid of cameras is to simply deconstruct them. To deconstruct them, you right-click them, and then to begin deconstructing, then you screwdriver it. You have to snip all the panels, meaning you need to have insulated wire or insulated gloves to snip all the wires, and then you just use a welding torch on it, and that will destroy the camera quietly. Otherwise, you need some form of structure breaking weapon or a really high damage weapon in order to break the cameras. Realistically, other than that, there's no malfunctioning AI. There's no other real deep mechanics with it. Like, you can't even interact with like analysis consoles and stuff like that. Really, the AI in its current state, which is still awesome, is just a door opener and closer, and you can bolt doors by alt-clicking them and alt-clicking it again. That's really it. I don't think I want to explain more at this moment because it's going to get more complex. It's going to expand, and things are going to change. Like you're definitely going to be able to interact with consoles like this. So it's clearly in an early state. They play tested it. It is only on Bagel right now. That's how early of a playtest we're talking. The final thing I could really think of talking about, there is no real way to kill the AI. The AI core is indestructible. It doesn't even require power. But from what I have seen is if you were to unanchor it, which you can't unanchor it with tools directly, if the core itself gets unanchored, the AI essentially dies. You can still talk, but your camera will go pitch black, and there is no fixing this. The AI core is detached, and you can't re-anchor it, as far as I'm aware. I'm going to assume this isn't intentional. I feel like the core is supposed to break, but the core is indestructible. It does not have the damageable component. I don't want to throw in more information, especially since it's going to end up changing, but this gives awareness and basic idea of what to do as an AI. It's really following your laws and opening and closing doors at the right time and bolting them. That's really all you can do right now. Thank you guys for watching.